Welcome. You are back with the Blue and Black Attack. I am your host once again, Deeze Skills, fired up, bringing you another video. This one is titled Morgan's Miscues. Now, 4 pivotal players were drafted in Carolina in 2024, and that was Xavier Legette, Jonathon Brooks, Trevan Wallace, and finally, Jatavian Sanders. Their performance this year, the 2026 season, is going to be pivotal for the Carolina Panthers. Let me introduce my star-studded panel, and we'll get this discussion underway. First of all, Dee Money, leader of the Brotherhood. Welcome with me, my friend. I'm so glad you're here tonight. How are you feeling about this conversation? And are you excited about another episode of Blue and Black Attack?
Oh, my brother, excitement is always going to be an understatement when it comes to me being involved with the Blue and Black Attack in any form or fashion. Any night I get to hang out with the first ballot Hall of Fame with Pickle, and I get to hang with the hottest producer of Carolina Panther content in these YouTube streets, Deeze Skills. It's always an honor and a pleasure, and I can't wait to talk about those 2024 puppies that are now growing up to be dogs.
Fantastic. I like to refer to it currently as the slums of YouTube, Dee Money. I feel like that's where we are most of the time. But we're gonna be on the high end one day. You just wait, my brother. You just wait.
Yes,
and let me
sir.
introduce the man that doesn't need an introduction whatsoever. It's a salty superstar himself, Panther Pickle. Are you excited about another Blue and Black Attack video? And how are you feeling about those 4 guys from this 2024 draft class, Panther Pickle?
Well, I'm excited and developing. That's the key word. They're still developing. But the time is around the corner. We have reached around the corner where production is key.
D Money, I think you said it before. Xavier Legette, we traded up, drafted him in the first round. Dan Morgan was highly criticized for making a small move into the first round. They said it was the biggest mistake ever. They called, like you said, I'm just going to repeat what you said. They called Xavier Legette everything but a child of God. And here we are getting to take off in the 2026 season, and there's no hope for Xavier Legette. I've seen very few people feel like that man is going to take another step. But in year 3, how are you feeling about Xavier? And do you like his chances of progressing this year, even with the talent that we've added in John Mechie and Chris Basil II?
Oh, my brother, my belief in Xavier Legette has not decreased. If anything, it has increased. And the reason why we say that, let's put all this into the vacuum itself. You took a very raw talent that has very strong physical abilities. He has the body. He has the speed. He has a lot of measurables that you would like in your wide receiver. Unfortunately, these first 2 seasons, I still say they're concentration issues. Passes that are dropped that should have been caught, keeping his feet inbound. All those things to me seem as a concentration thing more than a skill thing. Now, you can take focus as a skill, and you can, and I will agree with you. But when I look at the overall picture of it, let's not act like we've had just outstanding quarterback play, outstanding play calling this whole time. And it's not to make excuses for Sir Legette, because for one, if his focus was off, and the other things in the off season after that first year truly was a distraction, then I'm already in high hope, because the only thing we've seen of Xavier Legette this year is working out with other wide receivers or working out with Bryce Young. We ain't seen Kentucky Derby coverage. He hasn't been in rap videos. We ain't even been seeing him take the clothes off of a squirrel. We haven't seen none of that. So I have all belief that this man is in the lab. I believe his focus is primarily on being a great contributor for the Carolina Panthers. And let's be quite honest, he's a grown man, all right? And when it comes to a grown man, and you're within a team unit, and you're not holding your weight, it should inspire you to get to that point, especially with the overall team success that we had last year. In spite of the shortcomings of Sir Legette, we were still able to be productive. And I'm pretty sure if he's the competitor that I feel that he is, that ate at him this whole off season. Like, yeah, it was great. We went to the playoffs. But what did I do to help this team? Now, do I expect 1,000 yard season and so forth like that? No. But what I do expect is passes that were dropped last year will get caught this year. Plays towards the sideline, he'll get his feet in. Because the way our fan base, and you know our fan base, and I like to call them social media piranhas, just piranhas, they're going to bite and they're going to gang up and they're going to go. We done had everything from extra lotion to the man's above, trade them for a Bowberry biscuit and an iced tea. I don't think it's time to give up on them yet. And I believe bringing in Braswell the second and what's his name, Michi, and bringing them guys in, and Coca's going to try to elevate, and all these guys are going to be trying to get a step better. Like I've said numerous times, iron sharpens iron, and right now, that iron has got to be clanking together for them. Them OTAs, when they get these mini camps, when they get into training camp, he's got to come out strong. We should be hearing in that first week they see a different Xavier Legette. And I'm not making excuses for him. I'm just feeding nothing but belief and love that that man's game is going to turn around and it's going to benefit our Carolina Panthers this season.
I'm with you, Dee Money. I still believe in Xavier Legette too, even though many fans have thrown in the towel on him. There's no reason why that man shouldn't get another year to develop. I don't think he has to knock our socks off like you were saying. He doesn't have to get 1,000 yards, guys. He just has to improve and catch some balls that he dropped last year. It's not that big of a thing. I'm telling you, he can still be a part of this wide receiver core and a contributor moving forward. I don't think it's an issue whatsoever. I'm with you on that, Dee Money. I think he might shock some people this year. He really might. And if he shocks some people at the right time and the right moment in the game, a lot of people might have to turn their head and say, you know what? I'm sorry about what I said about Xavier Legette. We'll see how it plays out for him. Panther Pickle, let me get you into another controversial 2024 Carolina Panthers draft pick. And the one in the second round was Jonathon Brooks. Now, this year, the Panthers have left the running back room wide open for Jonathon Brooks to compete for the starting job against Chuba Hubbard. I don't know that A.J. Dillon's going to be that big of a threat to Jonathon if he's at 100%. Dave Klaus has already made comments about he feels good about how Jonathon is looking. They've got him 100% cleared. What are your kind of expectations of Jonathon Brooks this season? And do you think that he will actually contend with Chuba Hubbard for that starting role and snaps?
I don't think he's going to walk in the door and say, all right, I'm going to challenge Chuba Hubbard for the starting job. I think opening season is going to be Chuba Hubbard the starter, but I think it's going to be a point where Jonathon Brooks has to work himself to take it. And does he have the talent? Well, I think he's a very talented athlete. I really do. I think he's I really think there's a reason why we drafted him in the second round. Now, have I been a little bit down on him? Well, yeah, because I've seen very little of what I told was going to be this elite athlete. And I want to see it. I really do. Now, but his injuries are in the past to me. So, it's new day, new season, new player. Get out there on that field and show everybody what you got. He's one of three running backs on this roster that I really like. So, are all four going to make the 53? Maybe. But I think he's probably the most physically gifted running back on our roster. Can he take Chuba Hubbard's job? I think he can physically, yes. I think he has that kind of ability. But I don't speculate Chuba Hubbard's going to lay down and give it to him. So it's going to be a fight, but it's going to be a fight we like to see.
Absolutely. Two guys competing for the job, and that's exactly what we're going to see. And like you said, he's got the physical traits to do it. He's more of an athlete than Chuba Hubbard. It's just facts. Right. He was in college. We saw it in the explosiveness, the speed, the ability to make people miss. He's he's more of a prospect at that running back position. I hope he gets out there and proves everything to everyone this year and becomes the player that all Panthers fans want him to be. And he has the most opportunity to do it of everyone we're covering tonight, in my opinion. Brooks has the best opportunity of everyone we're covering to really go out here and show the Panthers something to change his career trajectory going forward. Dee Money, let me get you in on the defensive side of the football. Talk to me about Trevan Wallace. Boy, Panthers fans have put Trevan Wallace through the grinder, and I'll go ahead and apologize for the blue and black attack. We tried to draft a linebacker. I mean, the blue and black attack was dedicated to drafting a linebacker, and we did everything we could to convince Dan Morgan
listen to
that
us,
we
brother.
needed to draft a linebacker. Dan Morgan didn't listen to us until the 7th round, and Kuwatch in the 7th round, we're going to Kuwatch him off the team or Kuwatch him on the bench. We ain't going to Kuwatch him in the game. So how do you feel about Trevan Wallace this season? Is how much improved can he really be beside Devin Lloyd? I think a lot. How are you feeling about it, D Money?
Well, man, I look at Trevan Wallace like I look at Xavier Legette, right? Like, there's ability there. There's talent there. Mind you, was Trevan Wallace done any favors being with some inferior linebackers coming in? No, he wasn't. Did it benefit it? Did it help that he got injured and couldn't get on the field? No, it didn't. Like I always say, the best ability, you know what I'm saying, is availability. So I think that's more of a knock on him than the actual performances because we haven't had a consecutive amount of time with Trevan Wallace where he's actually had the time to develop in game time situations because he's gotten injured quite a bit. Now, for your linebackers, that's not a good thing. And I'd say out of the four guys that we're talking about, he would probably be fourth on my list of the expectation of jumping and having like a really breakout year. But that's still not to say that he can't be better than what he has been. And I believe when you have a veteran in your room who is highly productive and has been productive for a consistent amount of time and goes about his work a certain type of way, it rubs off on the other guys that are in that position room. And I just got to believe, you know, he does film study with Dan Morgan at times and they're going over things. You're putting him beside a stud like Devin Lloyd. I feel like you're setting the table for this young man to be better. The only problem is after all this Dan Morgan tutelage and encouragement from Luke Kuechly and being beside such a great dog, if the performance isn't there this year, just like Xavier Legette, it's gonna be hard to justify or to have that confidence to say that we believe that he's gonna be there the next year or whatever. Because my expectations is this team to be better than it was last year. And I know that that's their expectation. And I kind of have a feeling that with these guys now that's going into year 3, going into year 4, or has had an adequate amount of time to get acclimated into this Panther system, that if they don't show improve or break out in a manner that has people stopping for a moment like, oh, wow, he's better than I thought he was. I see why Dan picked him. I really feel like they're going to be going out the door. Now, my belief in him isn't as strong as Xavier Legette, but I will be honest and say I have bias in that because I like Xavier Legette. But I'm rooting and I am hoping and I'm praying that what the table is set right now, Trevan Wallace can impact this defense for our Carolina Panthers.
I think he's going to look like a different player this year compared to the previous. I really do. I think there's a big difference between Roseboom and Devin Lloyd, and I think that makes all the difference in the world. But that's just my opinion. Panther Pickle, JT Sanders, back to the offensive side of the football. A guy that was the number 2 rated tight end in the draft. We stole him in the 5th round. It was a great draft pick. It hasn't worked out so far. But go ahead and wind us up on your thoughts of any of these 4 players, the 2024 draft, how it affects 2026, and, of course, Jatavian Sanders. Pickle.
Well, Jatavian Sanders is kind of like Wallace. He's young. He was highly thought of when he was drafted. And he just hasn't develop in the correct route. Faced some injuries. Jatavian was informed that he needed to uh, lose a little weight, get himself shaped up, and he lost a lot of weight. And I think that hurt him last year. That being said, though, this is year 3. And in year 3, NFL coaches expect rookies to take that step into professionalism. That step. We've seen flashes. We've seen flashes from Xavier Legette, flashes from Jonathan Brooks once. We see flashes from Wallace and Sanders. We've seen a bunch of flashes. But we haven't seen them finish. This season, they need to finish. They need to step that plate up. Could Wallace look a lot better beside Lloyd? Oh, absolutely. Could Sanders finally overtake everything that's hit his way and steal the starting tight end spot? Absolutely. We got a new per se offensive coordinator who's going to call plays this year. So I'm really kind of encouraged on some of that. I think Bryce is going to have more control over the offense on where he wants to throw and not directed where he should look first and second. I think that'll help quite a bit. We'll just have to wait and see. But I'm encouraged, and it'll affect this season because we need Sanders to step up at tight end. We need Wallace to step up at linebacker. Now, you could say that if XL don't step up, somebody else will. But I want XL to step up. I want Xavier Legette to step up. I want him to look across the whole wide receiver room and say, no, this is my job, and I ain't giving it to you. And I want to see that. I want to see Jonathan Brooks walk up to Chuba Hubbard and say, brother, I love you. You help me meet the Lord, and I love you dearly, but you in my way of becoming a superstar. So I ask you to step out of my way. I want your job. That's what I want to see. I want to see the competitiveness and the drive from all 4 of them to take them jobs. I want to see us as we secure the NFC South title. I want to see them look across the fans and say to all those you who are doubt us, how you like us now? That's what I want to see.
Absolutely, and that's what the coaching staff wants to do, that level of competition. Dee Money, leader of the Brotherhood.
It has been my esteemed pleasure to be with y'all this evening. The Brotherhood edition will be back this week. Me and Brother Deeze will get together so we can give some upliftment, some inspiration, and a little bit of entertainment. But what I want to say about those 4 guys in closing, all 4 of them came to us as children. And as your children take steps, sometimes you're disappointed. And then sometimes they do things that make you extremely proud until they get to that point that they can walk on their own and really make you proud in life. And I got a feeling that this year right here, Xavier Legette's going to walk on his own. Jonathan Brooks will walk on his own. Trevan Wallace will walk on his own. And JT Sanders will be ready to all come out that kennel and lay a bite on these NFL teams, especially the NFC South Division. Now, as always, I love every single one of you. We thank you for tuning in. Like, subscribe, and share. And if you ain't with us now, I'm with you now. You ain't welcome to the parade. Pound.
Shout out to Mike Adams, former Carolina Panther, who is now a coach for the Carolina Panthers. Shout out to him. I didn't know that till this week. Keep pounding, brother. I know you'll bring the spirit and the education to these young safeties that we have and young secondary folks we've got. That being said, y'all, let's keep pounding, man. Come on now. We've got to keep pounding. A lot of the fans, no coaching staff is perfect. No NFL roster is perfect. Keep pounding. if you disagree with your fellow Panther fans, fine, disagree with him. But ain't no use to hate each other and cut each other down. Keep pounding, and if you don't like it, anything I say, shut the hell up, Buttercup. It ain't about you.
And Morgan's miscues might just turn into his strengths this season. All it would take was one big year from Xavier Legette, one big year from Jonathon Brooks this season. And Dan Morgan is absolutely cleansed of all his mistakes he made back in 2024, per the fans. Things can turn around in the blinking of an eye, so you better stay with us and join us on the charge here at the Blue and Black Attack.